Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Lux SMP. So in today's episode we are going to be working on some Valentine's related things. There is actually a sign behind me that says Valentine's Day Land open to build in, and that's where we're actually going to head now. And I'll kind of talk about my, I wouldn't say their shops, but their builds for the Valentine's Day land. I had some ideas to begin with, and then I think it was Kat. Kat put a suggestion board in the Valentine's Day land for build suggestions that people could do, and two of my original, or I wouldn't say original, but two of my ideas were actually on that board. So I was like, perfect, all right, that'll work. So I ended up choosing to do the flower booth, which is kind of like where you get I kind of want to say like a bouquet of flowers, and then also like a candy booth where you get like chocolates and stuff, because that's kind of what you do on Valentine's Day. You know, one of the things that I think of is like chocolate, like box of chocolates and stuff like that. So anyways, as you just seen, I just clicked on the little Valentine's Day button and we spawn in this box of chocolates, which is actually really cool, and it says Lux right there. Now it's not completely done just yet. I'll kind of go over, because you'll see just it says flower booth, which is Hope, and then I'll also eventually they'll add the candy booth that I'll have as well. I'm not going to go and look at everyone else's builds because that's not what I'm focusing on. We'll save that for the actual Valentine's Day episode. But if we go down here, this right here is my build. This is my little flower booth that I kind of have set up. So you can walk in here, and the way that I have it set up is where you just press each dispenser once, and then you'll get like 3 different flowers, and that kind of makes up your bouquet. So this one I have the Azure Bluettes. This one has the alliums in it, and then this one has like a kind of mix, so it's kind of random what you'll get in this one. But I thought it was kind of cool, so you just click all 3, and then you'll get your bouquet out of that one. But I really like the build too. I found a YouTube video for this, but it was super cute, and I was like, hey, that's perfect because it's just so many different types of flowers. So I really like the way that turned out. Now my next build is over here, and I kind of already built the structure of it, which this is the candy booth. And as I'm recording this, it is the 4th, because I was like, it will be finished on the 4th. So I'm working on that right now, of course, in this episode. But this is like the little candy booth, and my idea, or that the idea that Kat suggested, was to actually kind of like sell dyes as candy. And I kind of went like a step beyond that. I kept the idea of the dyes, but I kind of wanted something quirky and kind of nerdy, I guess. Kind of silly. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I know that my mom made one for my grandpa for his birthday, but it's kind of like one of those boards where it has like the different, it kind of reads out like a little bit of a story, kind of, but like you glue like different kinds of candy bars to it. I don't know how to explain it. I'll put a picture up on the screen now if you don't know what I'm talking about, because it's kind of hard to explain it. But I kind of wanted to do something like that where it had like a cute saying, and it went with the type of candy that I was having the chest. So I ended up going along with an idea of like kind of having like a Valentine in the chest, and then having the candy surround it. So you'll kind of see here in a minute, because I actually took the time to gather my supplies here, which is what you see now. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of this stuff, and then you'll see what I mean once I get started here. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of this stuff. Now I'd say that's one thing I wanted. Like, I didn't just want like chocolate. Like, I wanted different types of candy, because you don't just get chocolate on Valentine's Day. Especially when I was in school, I got all different types of candy when we did our Valentine's Day thing. So I have sweethearts here, which I think I'm going to put in the front. So these are sweethearts. I also have lifesavers. I know that's kind of weird, but you'll kind of see why I did that. I have Laffy Taffy, which I think is really cute. All right, next ones. I have Whoppers, which I personally don't like the candy that's called Whoppers, but it goes along with my saying, which I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. I have some M&Ms. And then I have some Reese's Pieces, which I think I've had those before. I don't think they're my favorite, but I've had them. And then our last one, we have Starbursts. So they're kind of different types of candy here. But these little cards, these little pieces of paper, are kind of like the Valentines. So for the Lifesaver one, let's see if I can actually find it. I think it's this one. It says, "You're special like a lifesaver." I don't want them to actually take the piece of paper. It's supposed to be like permanently in the chest, but they can actually take some of these. So that's kind of how that looks like. So it's supposed to say, "You're special like a lifesaver," and then they're supposed to like grab a lifesaver. Now for this one, it says, "Have a whopper of a Valentine," which means just like have a great Valentine's. So there you go for that. We have the Laffy Taffy, and it's "Hope your day is laughable." They're just kind of like quirky puns. I really like them though, and I thought it was a good idea. So this is the Laffy Taffy. Okay, and then this is the sweet hearts. And it's this one. "Hope your day is super sweet." And by the way, my niece did help me with this. She kind of helped me come up with the little Valentines, which I thought was super cute. And then the M&Ms I have as the M&M, which is marvelous and magnificent. Okay, there we go. And the hard thing was about these little Valentines is that I couldn't make them like real long. Like a lot of the time I wanted to make this saying like really, really long, and it, of course, you can't fit it. So I had to make them kind of short. So that's kind of why that one's like M&M, marvelous and magnificent. But I think it still turned out okay. For this one, it's the "I love you to pieces," and it's Reese's Pieces, which I think is really cute. And then for the last one, which is the Starburst, it says, "I'm bursting with joy for you," and then it's a little starburst. I don't know. I just think that this is so adorable. It's just so quirky, and I just love it so much. And then I think for my instructions, I'll say, I'm thinking people can just let me count this real fast. So in each chest there is enough for one, like each person to have one. So I think that that'll work just fine. I'll just pretty much put instructions that says like each person take one from each chest. Okay. And then I'll also probably put a sign. I probably need to make one more sign, to be honest. So I like the way that turned out. "Hope's Candy Booth. Each person take one piece of candy from each chest." The whole thing is that I know that not every member will do the Valentine's Day, so I know I have plenty of candy in here. So that'll work just fine. I really like the way this turned out. This is adorable. I love it so much. I hope other people like it as well. I just think it's so cute. Like it's cheesy. Like it's like a good cheesy. Because, like, I would like it if somebody said those things to me. Because it's cheesy, but I like it. So, I might actually do some more builds for the Valentine's Day land. If I do, I think I'll end up doing them off camera. There are some other suggestions. Can you move out of the way, sheep? As you can see, it's what is available to build. So there's a secret Valentine's dropper, which gives you your name of your Valentine, which nobody has done yet, and I think I might actually do that. But there's also Cupid's bow, and there's a Find the Button, which are all really interesting ideas, and I might try and do a couple more, just because I like building and I like helping out on the server. So, the more work that I do, the less work Kat and Lex have to do. So I might actually do those, but it'll be off camera, so you guys will see them once the Valentine's Day land actually opens up to record all of the cool stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope that you did enjoy, and if you did, be sure to leave a like down below, and I will see you guys all again next time. Goodbye.